So as a little kid, I always imagined that one day I would run away. This is a picture of me with my elder brother, and as you can see, I'm all geared up to run towards the distant horizon that got my attention. I never got a real chance to run away as a kid. You know how protective parents are. But when I grew up, I pursued my engineering, and then I started working as a supply chain professional. It was a regular 9 to 5 job, and very soon I started getting bored of the monotony of 9 to 5. And then one day I stumbled upon this quote: the real betrayal is forgetting yourself. And this reminded me of my childhood dream, that is to break free and explore the world. So I felt that probably this is the right time to break free from the 9 to 5 and do what I really wanted to, that is to explore the world. So I break up with 9 to 5 and I decided to travel for a year in search of fulfillment, creative freedom, and spiritual growth. I call that year a year full of Sundays because the idea was to live every day of that year like I live my Sunday. No work, no boss, no subordinate, just go with the flow and explore. So I started that year with first circumnavigating India, then I went to Southeast Asia, East Africa, and China. And I did all of this travel on extremely shoestring budget. On a usual day, I used to spend close to just $5. I'm sure you would be surprised how is that possible. So I'll just explain you how. A lot of places I hitchhiked. Hitchhiking is a great way to get from point A to B, and it's boringly safe at many of the places. That's me hitchhiking in Mauritius. I used couch surfing to stay wherever I went. How many of you know of couch surfing? Can you raise your hand? How many of you don't know of? Okay, so those who don't know of it, it's a hospitality network where you can meet other travelers and you can send a request to stay with them. So it's a great way to meet travelers and a great way to do cultural exchange. So that's me with my host Gabor in Budapest. I sent him a couch request saying that I want to stay at your place, and I noticed that he loves Indian curry. So I offered him that I'll cook Indian curry for you. And that worked. A lot of places during my travels I bartered. So that's me in a remote village in Rajasthan. And I gave that kid a balloon in return of the meal that I got. So the entire year 2012 was full of such incredible experience and moments. And by the end of the year, I felt that my life is crammed with so many interesting experiences that I felt that I don't want to go back to 9 to 5 ever again. I started looking for options at how I can sustain my life of nomadic life, of being on the move and keep traveling the way I have been traveling. So then I felt that there must be a way. Just working and taking vacations is not the only way to live. And I figured that usually for the first 25 years of our life, we spend learning. Then 40 years of our life, we spend working. And then at the end of it, we retire. And most of us, we push our dreams to the retirement age. We live a life of drudgery, making ourselves believe that maybe we will enjoy our retirement, but it doesn't happen that way. A lot of us, we wait for the entire week for Friday. We wait for the entire year for summer, and we wait for the entire life for happiness. But I'm sure that's not the only way. Making a living and making a life doesn't have to point towards opposite directions. Don't you think it will be better to combine work and life together? So, I found that one way to combine work and life together is to be a digital nomad. Digital nomad is a term used for all those people who leverage technology to work remotely while living a nomadic lifestyle. So these are individuals with all different skill sets. A lot of them are developers, they're designers, they're doctors. A lot of them have made traveling their full-time job by being a YouTuber, social media influencer, or a blogger. And they come from all different parts of the world. So there are like lakhs of digital nomads who work from places like Bali, Chiang Mai, Bangkok, and they're working and traveling at the same time. A lot of them, they have a full-time job, but they have convinced their boss to allow them to work remotely. A lot of them have been told by their business to work remotely because a lot of businesses feel that it's better to allow their employees to be on the move. They can also save a lot of costs in like office rent, and also they make sure that their employees are enjoying their life. So I feel that that's what I need to do if I want to sustain my nomadic life. I have always been interested into design, so I started a visual content design agency, Impressive Infographics. And then the work was no longer a place for me. So this digital nomadic life enabled me to travel to almost 50 plus countries in the next 5 years. And I had some of the most mind-bending trips during these years. Only when I went to Iran, I realized that it's just an amazing country. A lot of things that we read about this country online is completely wrong. Like if you read on the mainstream media, all you would read is Iran is unsafe, and a lot of countries don't advise you to go there. But when I went there, I met some of the most hospitable people, and I felt extremely safe in Iran. I saw the best sunset of my life in Boracay, Philippines. Met Maasai people in Kenya, and I pretended to be a Maasai myself. I saw the best landscape of my life in Kyrgyzstan. By the way, you can't take a bad picture in Kyrgyzstan. Just click anywhere. That's me at the world's lowest point on Earth. Any guess where it is? That's right. And that's me crossing one of the world's most remotest pass, that is between Kyrgyzstan and China. That's Irkeshtam Pass. So this pass is so remote that on any single day, hardly 3 or 4 people go through this pass. And when I was going through with my fellow nomad friends, the border official on the Kyrgyzstani side, he asked us to wait there, and he had so many questions for us. Like we spent hours telling our stories. He told me that probably you're the first Indian I am seeing who is crossing this border. And I told him that get used to it, many are coming. So, that's Urumqi, world's farthest city from the sea. So after living a digital nomadic life, I felt that a lot of dreams that we have of going to exotic locations or giving time to our hobbies is not limited only for the super rich people. If you make your job remote, you'll have access to all these places easily. At the same time, I would like to say that this lifestyle is not at all perfect. There are some challenges as well. For example, if you're living a digital nomadic life, at times it can be extremely distracting to work from a very scenic place, like a beautiful landscape. You won't be able to be productive all the time. A lot of times it's extremely lonely because maybe you'll be meeting a lot of friends, making friends, but at the end of it, you'll be alone and you'll have to be self-motivated in order to keep going. A lot of times you'll have difficulty explaining your life choices to your dear ones because they're so used to a template life and they would expect you to do the same. Do you remember this childhood quote? Whenever we used to do things that our parents don't like, they would question us that, would you jump off the bridge if your friends would also do? The idea was, don't do stupid things just because others are doing it. But as you grow up, it's like the table is turned. When you do things that you want to, they would say, hey, everyone is jumping off the bridge, why aren't you? You know? But remember, the real betrayal is forgetting yourself. So don't jump off the bridge if you don't feel like. I'm not sure by now if you have already made your mind to be a digital nomad or not. I don't know if this lifestyle is suitable for you. But I feel that one way to figure it out is to walk through the horizon, jump off the cliff, and spread your wings on the way down.